for time immemorial, there's been kind of like, this generation, that generation, this music is trash or whatever. I mean, even Martin Luther King and the SNCC guys and the Black Panthers, these were 20, 18, 19, 20-year-olds in a movement. I'm sure the 50 and 60-year-olds were like, they doing too much. We about to get lynched. Sit your ass down somewhere. Like, there's always been conflict, but we've understood that there was room for everybody. As a matter of fact, when Candace mentioned Lauryn Hill and brought her in, I'm going to do one better. There was Fred Hampton, first of all, who was murdered in his bed at 21, having put together a food program, an education program. The school lunch program right now in schools is based on the Black Panthers lunch program, their food program, feeding people. We wouldn't have lunch in schools if not for the Black Panther Party. Right. And they interviewed a young brother who looked like he might have been 19. They interviewed a young brother who might have been 19. I'm going to play the clip, and I'm trying to find out who he is because today he must be somewhere. I need to know who this brother is, but they interviewed him about the mission of the Black Panther Party. And again, he was like a 19, maybe 20. Yeah. Play the clips, Miz.
Why are the Black Panthers building their own medical center?
Well, first of all, the Black Panther Party, attuned to the needs of black people and other oppressed people, is open a free medical center for the same purpose we open a free breakfast center. Free breakfast program. It's to let the people know that we are concerned with their basic needs and desires, and also to educate the people to the fundamentals of socialism, and also to heighten the contradictions within this capitalistic system. When I mean heighten the contradictions, all I'm saying is that let the people be aware of the fact that the Black Panther Party, an organization which only been existing since 1966, is taking care of people, helping them as far as health care is concerned, and the federal government, with all its wealth and resources, not doing anything.
Free medical care in the 60s. And the government wasn't giving it. Free breakfast programs in the 60s when the government wasn't giving it. It was college students and 19 and 18-year-olds in the neighborhoods who said, how do we get people politically active? We have to feed them. We have to educate them. We have to be there and give them what they need. Before any politician, there was a Black Panther Party in so many neighborhoods, but these were young people. So just as the music, so what do I expect from my Ice Spice? Nothing. But I need to see more like this brother that was talking, more like the Fred Hamptons, more like, because that was the balance that we had. Martin Luther King was in his 20s when he was selected to go out, and Malcolm in his 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like that work are young people. You're absolutely right. So we can have the booty hole, whatever color, but we need more of this as well. But there should be balance.
Any great movement for social change has always been led by the youth. It has to be, because people of a certain age have mortgages. They have ties to this system that they're not willing to sacrifice for the not only the greater collective good, but for their individual black selves, right? And when you kind of grow to a place where you have something in this country, that's great, and we salute that, but you kind of need to protect it in a very real and visceral way. And you and I are of a generation and an age in which you're like, I don't want to work forever. I need to hold on to this little something and I need to make a few more dollars and hold on to that little bit I got so I can retire comfortably and with some dignity and so on and so forth. So there is a necessity, and I say this, and this is going to sound a little dangerous. I hate to say that you almost need youth on the front lines, but it's a requisite because they have less to lose in a very strange way, and they have more energy. Now, the flip side of that is we have to be courageous enough to be willing to lose it, right? And that's hard to do. That's hard.
I'm going to add something to that. We need more people who are going to be there to guide the young people who are on the front lines. Because Martin Luther King had Ella Baker. He had Ella Baker, A. Philip Randolph was there for that next generation. Even the Black Panther Party, I'm imagining there was some elders in their ears. They weren't just out there willy-nilly. I feel like a lot of our elders have sold out for that coin, and they have so much to lose that they're not there to mentor this next generation, and they're not mentor worthy. 866. So I'm saying two things can be true. But somebody on Twitter just posted, and I think it's so profound, at SPW_NOLA. Whatever these rappers talk about is projected on all Black Americans. So you can call it art, but the power structure is projecting it on all of us and treating us all like we are degenerates, they use this projection in a very microaggressive way. And I think that he said, I don't know what their gender is. I should not be catching blowback from somebody else's art. I think that is absolutely true. And that's why we should stand in our, stand up against all of this. That's
of course
so
you
powerful.
shouldn't. And that's profound and that's true. But, we shouldn't be collecting blowback from some brother robbing a store, right? Because, and that is the nature of racism, in that we are still collectively judged. And also, we're not collectively judged by the best of us, because they don't think we're all Barack Obama or Michelle Obama. I don't even know if Barack and Michelle are the best of us, but they obviously are our luminaries. They don't think we're all Oprah. They don't think we're all Karen Hunter, but you do think we're all the young brother who robbed the grocery store, right? Or who is out here committing. And that's kind of the fundamental nature of racism, is that we still are subject to collective judgment, over-indexing on the negative, and really never recognizing positives who are looked at as outliers.
They don't know Karen Hunter. So those people you mentioned, they're the exceptions. I may be the rule. 866-801-8255, but they don't mess with me. They don't mess with me.
T-shirt, I'm the rule. I am the rule. That's a T-shirt.
Tiffany in Georgia. Welcome to the Karen Hunter Show. You're on with Don Calloway, who's getting love now in Nubia, which I thought he would when he came in. Hey, Tiffany.
Sister Tiffany.
Hey, so look, this conversation has definitely, you were talking about, let's elevate the conversation. It definitely has. My mind is now all over the place with my comment. However, when we started the conversation, you were talking about the Candace Owens and if we agreed with what she was saying. And I was kind of on the side of the gentleman on the call, because she has that way of saying things, and then she'll pivot, and then you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a conversation, I don't really agree with this, because she's masterful in that way. But I love the fact that you've talked about just the collective, and how, when we think about those individual things, yeah, there's room and there's space for that, because we want everybody to have their ability to have artistry and express themselves in the way that they want to. However, when we catapult these things to being the face of what Blackness is and what Black culture is, then that's where that there has to be some type of delineation. And I think balance is the key, because if you're going to be promoting all of this filth, as I call it, in the rap, and all of this just explicit stuff, then where's the promotion of the goodness? Where's the promotion of those that are doing things within their community? And not that people aren't, and I understand art, but I don't think that people fully understand that art speaks volumes. And you all were talking about how that's what's promoted and that's what we all get the labeling of. It's interesting how it doesn't work in reverse, as you all mentioned.
Yeah.